So, apparently pizza's now a vegetable. Who knew? In other news, Breaking Dawn, the fourth installment in the Twilight Saga, came out this week. And yeah, you can bet I was there at the midnight premiere. It's kind of been a tradition for the past few years. I've been to all of them at the midnight showing, and I just kept the tradition up this year. I even went back yesterday for a second time to see it again, just because I went with different friends, and sometimes you just gotta make sacrifices. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and bash Twilight. I know there's a lot of people out there who think it's terrible, and they're not wrong. They're not 100% wrong. When compared to YA fiction of today, the plot and the story is not the greatest. But back when it first came out, there wasn't the YA genre there is now, and I attribute that to Stephanie Meyer. I mean, partially to J.K. Rowling, but she's kind of started out with children's literature, which then became young adult literature. Twilight was kind of the first, at least for me, it was my first introduction into young adult literature, and without it, I would not be where I am today with novel thoughts and with actually reading books. I attribute that to her as well. That without Twilight, I would not be a reader. Now, I'm not a big fan of the movies per se. I liked the books better. But in my opinion, the movies have gotten progressively better since Twilight. And now it finally feels like Kristen Stewart is acting rather than just very poorly reading lines with no emotion. Which, if you've seen the other three, I think you'd agree with me. I do recommend going out and seeing it, though, in theaters, because I think it was the better of the movies so far. Better shot, better acted, better everything. Just go see it. And in case you were wondering, the YallFest in Charleston, South Carolina, which is where I was last Saturday, was awesome. Got to meet so many different authors and see a bunch of authors that I've met previously, so it was kind of nice to see them again and hang out and talk and catch up from the last time we saw each other. And yeah, I look forward to hopefully being a part of it next year as well, if they plan on doing this annually, which I really hope they do.